I had people surrounding me for the last 3, almost 4 years, and every single one of them wanted me to, up my level of fitness. Every single one of them was like, TJ, man, like you need to focus on this. You need to get you need to eat better. You need to start working out more. You need to drink more water. You need to get your physical health in check. And I partly I wanted it too. But just the desire for it wasn't there because I wasn't willing to do the work, which leads back to the fact that everybody wants the reward, nobody wants the work. And if you're not in a place where you want the work, it's because you don't have a why. I would set out so many times and fail on these diets or this idea of changing my health or my physical fitness, and it would be based on someone that I highly regard opinion. They would look at me and say, this is what you need to do. To me, I didn't have a reason. It was like I would just use that as like, yeah, well, this will be easy. And it's not easy. It's hard. So it took me years to get there. The thing is like I was working on so many things that, like for me, overeating and being like lazy was just a way of like coping with stuff. And so if you like, for me, in my instance, like I got introduced into an environment to where everyone was challenging me to rise in every aspect of my life. I had to rise as a husband. I had to rise as a father. I had to rise as a business owner. I had to rise as a leader. I had to rise in my faith. I had to make a lot of new priorities. And all of those required me to become less focused on me and more focused on others. And I had a very clear why on that because I love to see people win. If you've ever listened to anything I've ever talked about, I celebrate other people's victories. None of that offends me. None of that intimidates me. I don't see competition. I see collaboration. I love to see people win. And it for me, it's a mission. It's something that I was so strongly tied to that was easy. It was easy for me to do that. I want to see my children win. So if I want to see them win and I understand why, it's easy for me to elevate my game as a dad to say like, hey, if I'm doing these things in their life, the statistical opportunity for them goes up dramatically. I can tie myself to that because I serve other people. Like I really enjoy that. If I want to see my wife win and see my marriage win, there's things that I can do differently. I can show up differently. I can set aside time and focus on that because I want to see her win. I want to see my marriage win. And I could very easily attach myself to seeing others win. That's my personality. The problem in that is as I focused on becoming less in my own mind to make others more and get that off, like the more that I help people win, the more that I win. If my mission is to help my kids by being the best father that I could possibly be, in order for that to happen, I have to become the best father that I can possibly be. So I win as a byproduct of them winning. If I want my marriage to become the best marriage a marriage could be, helping my wife win and helping that relationship win makes me become the best version of myself in that environment. If I want to be a great leader and I want to build a culture to where everyone's bought in because they themselves are winning, and I can work hand in hand with them and create pathways for them to find unlimited potential and success, it helps me win because they're in my boat. So like the better they're winning, if they're winning, I'm winning. And so all those things was an ability for me to focus my efforts and my attention to helping others. And as a result, it made me better. But the physical aspect required me to care enough about myself. And that's not natural to me. That's not something that I can just do. And as a result of shrinking in these other areas, the insecurities and the comforts and the things that I did that weren't healthy, they got even worse. So I set out on a mission. There's 4 pillars of life that I needed to conquer, right? Family, faith, fitness, finances. And I was crushing 3 of them. You've heard me talk about this a number of times, right? Hey, a table with 3 legs is better with a table with none. And I would really resent that because it didn't come natural to me. I was not naturally gifted. It was not something that I was passionate about. It wasn't something that I even had a priority on. And it took me years to get to a place to where all the work and all the effort and all the things that I was passionate about got to a point where it was now sustainable to where it wasn't work for me anymore. It's just natural. And because of that, there was like a shift. And so sometime last year, I got challenged to quit drinking soda. At the end of that 30 days, I got challenged to do 75 hard. And I laughed. I was like, there's no way I'm committing to this. I can't do 7 hard, let alone 75 hard. But I did it. And I made the commitments, and I found the accountability partners, what made it work for me was I tied it into the people that I care about and that I lead. And the leadership team in my company decided to do it as well. And so at that point, it was a trick of the brain to where I could say, I've got to do this so that they can do this. I've got to be positive so that they can be positive. I've got to be in the trenches while they're in the trenches because me being there will help them win. And I made that the initial focus, and it motivated me to do it. And as a result of that, I got better. And then it set me up to be where this is just a normal thing to me now. I don't feel like I have to do anything different. I don't feel like my life is like I'm sacrificing anything to maintain this lifestyle. And like for me, that was a huge win, and I was able to conquer something that was a huge struggle for me. But the only way it was possible was because I got really clear on why. And I know what motivates me, and I know what will make me succeed. And so if you're there and you've got this big idea, I want you to audit the goals that you've written down and say, which of these were put here from the perspective of others? Which of these were put here because I really want them? And when you identify the ones that you really want and you weigh out what it's going to require for you to succeed there, it's got to be the things that you are absolutely passionate about because you can visibly see the results that you're looking for, and you're willing to go to war to get those results. And you need to focus there. And you need to take all the noise and audit your goals. And the ones that are there, that were prescribed by other people that you don't really care about, but you really wanted to do, so if no other reason, they'll accept you, you need to erase them off of your list. It's not time for those. And if you commit to those and you fail, you will fail yourself on the things that you could succeed at. Get clear.